My name is Frank, and I've been coming to Neighborhood Ministries since I was 16 years old. I've had the honor and the privilege of serving as a kids club leader, an intern, and I am blessed to be here. My mom passed away at an early age. I was about 8 or 9. She had problems with with drugs and alcohol and things of that nature. And so when my mom passed away, I went to stay with my grandfather's girlfriend, who I know as my grandmother. And so biologically, I'm not related to her, but she raised me as best as she could for about a year or two. And then from there, I was taken away because I was getting involved with drugs and alcohol and gang affiliation. I struggled with a lot of things, addictions, confidence. I think the thing that I struggled with the most was my self-worth, because I always asked the question, why? Why is this happening to me? Why do I not have a single parent or both parents like most of my friends do? Why am I struggling with these addictions at such an early age? So there's a lot of questions as to why. There's a lot of that victim mentality, but at the same time, I was so young when all of this happened. I didn't understand. I couldn't fully comprehend what was going on. It's through a mutual friend, Ian and Carla Gennari, and he was actually the coach, the PE teacher at one of the charter schools I went to. And slowly but surely, he invested into my life, and him and his wife, Carla, who was a nurse at the time, and they were going to a church called Open Door Fellowship, and they invited me to come. And when the more they got to know me and the more about my story they heard, the more they were convinced that I needed to be at Neighborhood Ministries. And so Ian actually drove me to Neighborhood Ministries one day, and I really loved it. I fell in love because there were kids that looked like me. There were kids that went through the same things that I was going through. I didn't feel like a stranger. I felt welcomed immediately, and I fell in love. One of the memories, when I was helping as a leader, I always thought in my mind, well, I have to lead. I have to be the one setting an example and making sure that that I'm doing the right thing and talking the right way and things of that nature. But it wasn't until one of my love languages with Jesus is worship, and so that's something that I really just love to be a part of. And so there was one day in particular I remember bawling my face off because the theme was Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you. But this year in particular, I want to say I was probably about 18 or 19 years old. I wasn't feeling like the leader that I was trying to be, and it was in that moment when I was worshiping and crying my eyes out. My kids that I was leading at that time were hugging me and telling me it was going to be okay. Now as an adult, and I feel like it's taking me a little longer than some. I know that, being at 40, I'm barely starting to figure small things out. And so I'm so honored to be a part of what God has entrusted me with. God has really shown me that, when you lean on Him and you trust Him and you serve others and you serve, your communities, that He can use you if He wants, if it's part of His will. And it doesn't matter even if I didn't have all these things and I didn't write a book, I would still want to serve Him the way that He wants me to serve.